Trae, how you
Hey,
doing?
finally got you on the show, bro. How are you?
Man, good. You're doing so much. Like you've always been amazing, but I just see you moving. It's beautiful.
Thank you
I
so
met
much.
you in an interview. You interviewed me at the park way back in the day
Yeah.
when things was real crazy. We chopped it up.
Yep.
So this is full circle.
It really is. You first saw me with a camera and mic and all of that with the crew. So you understand that, this is dedication and this is what it looks like. And I thank you for saying that because you're so right. And thank you for giving me that interview back then. That was the early days.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I knew. Look, I'm next to an Emmy individual here, so you were that already. They didn't acknowledge it yet, so that's good that they caught up with what I knew already.
There it is. There
Yeah.
it is. And you know what? I'm so excited because Menu Mondays is going to be on the menu here on The Day with Trae. And today we wanted to spend some time to just introduce folks to what you're doing out there in community. One of the things that I adore about you so much is that you really stay plugged in. No matter what, every day people need to eat. And it's something that you carry on as a moniker for you to always be involved in great efforts happening in community. Tell us about some of the things that you're up to right now.
Well, my focus of activism is food justice. There's a bunch of levels to food justice. The primary one I'm dealing with is just making sure families and children are fed. I'm also assisting with feeding the homeless, but my focus right now are families and children, dealing with the ideas of eliminating food deserts, giving them better food options. And through that, we could deal with other problems. A lot of times we're so quick to get into these really deep problems. These kids haven't eaten. These parents can't afford to provide what they need to provide. They're barely getting by. And we're throwing away tons and tons and tons of food like it's nothing. And so what I'm here to do, we got to redistribute some of these sources. We got to redistribute some of these sources, right? Because plenty of people have sources, but if people don't know you have them, you're just a person with a bunch of sources.
Yeah.
And there's too many of us who's doing that. They got all these resources and you're not distributing them at all. Going to a warehouse. Oh, this is for, well, when you going to get it to them? How you going to get it to them? So that's the thing I'm focused on. We're doing cooking classes, right? This summer, we got it opened up. Anybody between 6th grade and 12th grade, you can enroll in the program. It's all paid for.
Wow.
Still catering. I'm doing a food program for the elders now. Finally made that happen. It's not quite Meals on Wheels, but it's coming.
Oh, wow.
It's coming. We're going to do that.
Well, I got to tell you that one of the first things we talked about you doing was, lunch programs, right? Like doing lunch for students. And the fact that you're always finding a way to be innovative about how people get healthy options is really why I'm excited to have you on recurringly because, we need to start showcasing what that looks like. Sometimes it's, people don't have an idea of how to change up how they cook or, some of their grandma's favorite recipes, right? My grandma used to literally fry chicken in lard,
Man,
right?
come on,
So
man.
it's like, we graduated from that. Let's do some vegetable oil. Let's do something different.
Right.
But I also think that people are utilizing new technologies. Like one of my favorite tools in my kitchen is an air fryer.
Mhm.
And it's just, it has changed the game. I mean, to be able to reheat old French fries, man,
And they come
come
back to
out
life?
like, yeah.
Stop playing games.
It's a game changer.
Man.
So I'm so glad to hear you're doing so many different things. And one of the things I want to ask you here is how easy is it for you to get in contact with these resources of food and then be that conduit to bring those resources out to the community?
It's not very hard for me because I do it already. But the thing is, I had to do a lot of work to put myself in position to know who to go to, know who to talk to. It's also timing. Like you have to be aware of what's going on because what's going on in society actually shapes what's going on with the food.
Yeah.
Right. And you could know what's going to happen if you just pay attention and if you get tapped in a little bit. But who has time for that? That's a job all unto itself. Right? We don't have time to figure all this stuff out and pay the bills and provide this and no. So I'm taking that upon myself for whatever I could do, however many people I could help. All I ask is that the information you get from me, you share that as well. I'm not giving you the information just for you personally.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's for everybody. So that's what it is. You find the vessels that you could use and you exploit them. Like me, I tell people, you could ask me for something every single day. I'm gonna try to do it for you.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why people really, I think, appreciate you in community, because you're dependable. And, we've been talking about this a bit. Inflation is real and is hitting food like crazy. I know for even me and my two boys, our grocery bill has gone up pretty significantly. And so your services are ever more needed in community. And when you talk about accessibility to food, we do have some real food deserts here. And even though people are like, oh, Seattle, so progressive, there's, organic this and that, there's some areas in some communities that really don't have that access. So you have to be plugged in not only to the community and on the ground, but then the resources. So I just thank you for doing that. I want to ask you, before we let you go, a quick tip. I know we don't have all of the food here today, but when we think about ways that people can start to transform some of their favorite age-old recipes and make them more healthy, like, one good tip that people can do to start changing up their diet and being more healthy.
All right. I know we don't want to hear this. We have to cut out some of the butter. We have to. We can't. And then from there, there's some other things we have to start. Let's just start with the butter, because I know that's going to be the hardest thing. If I could get you to reduce the butter, then I could introduce some other stuff. We have to cut down on the white flour. I'm just saying, we definitely have to cut down on the dairy. We need to incorporate more fresh vegetables. We need to know where we're sourcing them from. And that needs to be the standard of the vegetable. See, when I hear organic, what you telling me is you got a high quality product and a regular quality product. And the high quality product, you call it organic. The regular stuff is whatever you, growing up, we never had organic. We had corn.
Yeah.
And it was grown a certain way. We have to start paying more attention to what we're getting. I know we love the chips. I know we love the stuff that's ready to go. We have to start spending time with our food, because that's spending time with yourself. Like, see, now this is kind of turning into a Hallmark moment. Like, I love cooking and it's done so much for me in life. But some of us, we just need to just change the way we eat. Yeah. And then from there, we could change our mindset. We could change our habits. It really does start with how you eat. That's how you change habits.
No, it really does. And I'm full blown vegan now. And so, like,
no wonder why you ain't called me. I've been working on some vegan recipes though, Trae. I'm here now.
Yeah.
I'm still in the game.
I know you know all about it. So when you're talking about that, I want to say that, I found some vegan butters that are amazing and give you that same quality without giving you the clogged arteries, right? And so I'm always encouraging people. I'm like, just try stuff out. You never know if you're going to like it until you try it. And it's really inspiring to me to watch my boys take on some of these, dinners that I prepare or things that I make that are vegan. And they're like, oh, Mom, this is, they don't even really know the difference. It's still really good to them.
Yeah.
And I think that people have to kind of break that idea that, oh, what, if I do that, it's not going to be tasty. It's not going to be seasoned. It's not going to be this, and that, because it's not utilizing the same things that they're used to. So I love how you start off with the butter. I would say people can try some of these plant-based butters out there. They really are great options and great alternatives to healthying up your diet. Thank you so much, Chef, for being with me today. And I look forward to Menu Mondays moving forward.
We're going to do live demo. We're going to cook, feed people.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, this was
so
just
much.
The intro.
That's
but you know how I'm coming when I come back.
We're going to have a full-blown service for you out here and for the crew. So don't worry, Salman. You won't just get fed on the Truth or Proof. You'll be getting fed on the Day with Trae.
Yeah.
Okay. Def Chef, thank you so much. And thank you for everything you're doing in community to make sure that our families, our elders are being cared for with great food options. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.